All right, guys, Bitcoin just under $70,000. Solana 174, XRP 60. I'm not going to go down the list. Same old crap we've been seeing for the last couple weeks. Big story, inflation. The thing we've been talking about on this channel, I don't know, for the last year, basically saying there's no way in hell. There's no way in hell inflation is going to be coming down. There's no way in hell the Fed's going to be able to lower rates. Everything's at all-time highs. I live in the United States. Dollar stores are going out of business. Nobody has any money. Prices are up like 20, 30% since Biden took office. And it's just not a good situation. That's why I've been saying on this channel, there's no way we're having a rate cut anytime soon. And if they do lower rates, it's going to basically destroy the whole economy. It's going to make the economy even worse, and everything's going to implode, which maybe that's what has to happen. The super core inflation measure shows Fed may have a real problem on its hands. Markets are buzzing about an even more specific price gauge contained within the data. A hotter than expected consumers price index report rattled Wall Street Wednesday, but markets are buzzing about an even more specific price gauge, blah, blah, blah. So stock market pretty much dumped yesterday because of this. And we've been talking about this for the last year. If you look at my videos, the United States economy right now is essentially on thin ice. It's about to collapse. You got stock market at all-time high. You got real estate prices at all-time high. Something has to give. Prices are up. Nobody can afford anything. So that's why I pretty much completely discounted any inflation cut, rate cut over at least the next year. I just don't think it's going to happen. And if it does happen, that'll probably be economic collapse within a couple months after it. So that's the big news that kind of brought down the stock market yesterday. Here's Tim Cass talking about how bad the economy is. The Biden administration keeps coming out saying how great the economy is. Yeah, the stock market's great if you're rich. Real estate prices are up. If you have real estate, that means you have money. But for the middle class, the economy is the worst it's probably been since the 70s.
And Gen Zers who are all simultaneously saying, I can't afford to eat, then it sounds like you don't need the report to tell you the economy is bad. So the general news is that the blue chip Dow closed 1.1% lower after U.S. consumer prices picked up again last month, vaulting to a 3.5% increase for the 12 months ending in March, according to the latest consumer price index data released Wednesday by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Now, I'm going to stop here because I don't need to read the news to tell good old American citizens who deal with this every single day. Like, you don't need an expert to be like, did you know your prices have gone up? You're like, yeah, I was at the grocery store the other day. I couldn't afford anything. So I'll just throw it to our good friend, Donald Trump, who posted this. Since Biden took office, airfares up 33%. Then we have more. Since Biden took office, gasoline up 48%. We have more? Yeah. Since Biden took office, groceries are up 21%. And then we have this, since Biden took office, rent is up 21%.
So yeah, in a nutshell, if you voted for Biden as an American, you voted for complete misery. This is what the Republicans have been warning about. When you print money, this is what happens. But of course, every administration prints money, but Biden just a little bit more, and his attack on the gas companies. Gas prices are through the roof, and they're continuing to go up. So that's why the government for the last couple of years has been telling us how great the economy is, and I've been telling you guys it's not that good. It's not that good because nobody has any money. Now it's really starting to spread, mainstream media talking about it. And that's why I think Biden's going to lose this election in a landslide, completely out of touch. It's one thing. It's like your house is burning down, and the firefighter comes up to you and says, your house is not on fire. And you're like, but my house is burning down. You're like, no, not on fire. Everything's fine. That's what the government's doing to people right now, and people are starting to catch on. And that's why you have record black voters are now voting for Donald Trump because they live in the hood. They live in the bad neighborhoods, and they say, wait. I used to be able to get Popeye's fried chicken for $5. I used to be able to go to the dollar store and get a bunch of shit for $5. Now I can't afford anything. So it affects poor people the most. And that's why minorities are slowly turning over to Donald Trump. So that's the inflation news. Nothing surprising. I want to talk a little bit more about Solana. I've been shitting on Solana for the last year. It's a big scam. Failed blockchain. You just had a major player quit yesterday. Solana drama continues as leading DeFi founder quits amid $150 million outflow. Decentralized finance lending platform MarginFi Solblaze and Solana have found themselves embroiled in a heated dispute with accusations of misconduct and misinformation being leveled by all sides. The controversy stems from MarginsFi's alleged failure to replenish BLZE token emissions for its users over 8 days. Everything involved with Solana is a scam. That's what I'm telling you guys. I use MarginFi too. All these like dApps that are on Solana, all these other projects that are on Solana, they're all scams. They're all sleazeballs. Nothing new here. Edgar Palawatsky, the CEO of the company building crypto borrow and lend platform MarginFi, resigned Wednesday as internal fissures at the major Solana DeFi project erupt into public view. I don't agree with the way things have been done internally or externally, Pavlovsky said in a resignation notice on Twitter. MarginFi's own account called the departure of its founder a function of internal operation disagreement. So now you're seeing some of these projects on Solana. The CEOs are jumping ship. Not a good look. Not a good look, especially when Solana is not even functioning right now. We're going to cover that as well, where Solana, they're saying it might take another week to fix the current problem. So essentially, Solana is just like a dead blockchain right now. What have we been telling you guys for the last couple of years on this channel? I don't care how much money you make on Solana. Pump and dump scam. And not only that, it's a failed blockchain. Chico Crypto was telling you the same thing. Anybody with a brain was telling you Solana was a big scam. Solana devs target April 15th for failed launch fixed. It's not a design flaw. Solana's percentage of failed non-voted transactions went over 75% last week, and developers are now targeting a fix to be implemented on April 15th. So this article came out 2 days ago. So essentially they're just saying, oh, okay, everything's broken. We'll give it a check back in a week. Check back in a week and maybe we'll have everything fixed. God, what a piece of garbage blockchain. That's why I think, I said it. I could be wrong on this because I've been wrong about Solana before. I think most of the gains for Solana are done now. I think, you might see a $250, $300 Solana, but the 12x was it. I think that's most of the money there. And the people getting into Solana right now, I think you have to be absolutely crazy. Although I could be wrong, but I'm just not seeing a quality project, and I think the venture capitals are starting to see that as well. $250,000 Bitcoin. Tim Draper says halving Bitcoin to ETF will drive demand. Venture capitalist Tim Draper believes Bitcoin remains a vital hedge against devalued fiat currencies. Renowned venture capitalist Tim Draper sees Bitcoin tripling in value in 2024 due to inflows into spot exchanges. Blah blah blah. There's no way we're hitting a $250,000 Bitcoin this cycle, guys. I'm gonna put a little bit of reality into your minds. I think Tim Draper's been calling for 250 since like 2010, and maybe we'll eventually get there, but it's not happening. I think we'll probably get like $150,000 Bitcoin tops, but I'll be getting out mostly between $120,000 and $130,000. So a lot of these hype artists, they get people wrecked because when Bitcoin finally hits $150,000, all these people who made all this money are going to be sitting waiting for a $250,000, and then we're going to go right into a bear market, and they're going to lose pretty much everything. But anyway, that's what Tim Draper does. Theta news, a little bit of Theta news. Theta Edge Cloud Q2 release details and generative AI showcase. Theta team has been steadily working towards launching V1 on Edge Cloud, enabling developers, researchers, and enterprise with the best price to performance access to GPU processing power of any AI video, 3D rendering, and gaming task. This approach brings the best of cloud computing to a decentralized platform. Powered by the Theta Edge network, after existing testing, we'd like to share details of the first release of the Theta Edge Cloud. May 1st. Only 3 weeks away. May 1st, we'll see the first release of Edge Cloud. That's one reason Theta has been holding at about $3, just under $3, and we might even get a pump up to $5 leading into May 1st, guys, for this launch. May 1st, we'll see the first release of Edge Cloud, giving AI developers the tools and dashboards they need to start using Edge Cloud, from Stable Diffusion text to images and text to video, to Meta Llama 2 and Google Gemini LLM, to the Code Llama coding model. Edge Cloud will support jobs from the open source AI models. V1 will include these open source AI models as templates to choose from and provide easy configurations and deployment in a few clicks. And of course, I'm not going to read the whole article, but what have we been saying since, for the last 2 years about Theta. They're into gaming. We know the next narrative is going to be AI. Theta's big into AI. Theta's probably going to be $20 to $30 by the end of the summer at its current rate. So there's still time to get in on Theta, but, you know, in a couple months, you might not have time. But anyway, this update is coming out in 3 weeks, so let's see if we can get a little more pump. Let's see if we can get a pump to $4 for Theta. Wouldn't that be interesting? All right, anything else? That's pretty much it. You know, we talked about the inflation. That's a disaster. Everything's expensive. Everybody's broke. Economy's not doing too good. Let's just hope the economy can kind of chug along for the next 6 months to a year so we can make our money in crypto. Because an overall collapse in the economy, an overnight collapse the first thing to dump will be Bitcoin, will be cryptocurrency. Just like with COVID, Bitcoin is a risk asset. When people get scared, the first thing they do is they sell all of their crypto. And then they sell their gold, and then they sell their penny stocks and everything else. So let's just hope that things chug along for the next 6 to 8 months. The Fed pretends there's not a problem. Joe Biden comes out and pretends the economy is great while everybody's like, you know, on food stamps and can't afford anything. Let's just hope that continues for another 6 to 8 months so we can make our money in crypto. All right, guys, like and subscribe. Talk to you later.